Alright, so welcome back to another episode of the 100 Days Design Challenge with Xpress-Pixels. And today we'll be designing another product flyers. I hope you stay to the end. So welcome to class. So now the first thing I'm going to do is create a new file, right? And then I'm going to, let me pick this dimension. You can set a dimension to this. Okay, and then, I think this is better. Let me go with this. And then let me create. Good. So now I'm just going to move this to centralize so you can see what I'm doing. Now the first thing I'm going to do is import the first resource. Okay, let me start with my background first. I'm going to just add, sorry, let me just onto that. I'm just going to come here, click on this, and then click on gradients. Okay, when I click on gradients, I'm going to go to my colors, click here, color, and then I'm just come to the green part of it, place it around here. I think this is okay, and then okay. Now I'm going to come here. Let me increase the opacity of this from here. After increasing the opacity, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to the color also, and then I'm going to put it around here. All right, this is good. And then okay, so now I'm going to import my first resource. Come here. All right, so let me just go to my desktop. I have my resource here. I'm just going to import this into Photoshop. I'm going to drop this here. All right, so I'm going to drop this here. Let me just rotate this a bit to the side. Good. Now the next thing I want to do is take my text, go to my text to type the word NIVEA, N-I, then on the next line, N-I-V, on the next line I'll put E-A. Okay, good. So now once I'm done with that, I'm just going to select this. I'm going to increase the size here, the text size, so that it goes from the beginning to the end of this text. Then I'm going to increase here so it comes down, the space in between, or you can just press Alt 2. Okay, I think the auto is too much. Let me just reduce this a bit. All right, I think that's good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to rotate this also. So rotate this, okay, to the back. Then I'm going to move this behind. Good. So after rotation, I'll move it behind. Now the next thing I want to do is, okay, all right. So now the next thing I want to do, let me just duplicate this. Just duplicate this, and then let me rotate this back out. Let me rotate this back. Good. I'm just going to select here. I want to make a selection here. I'm going to convert the selection to a smart object. I'm going to convert it to a smart object, and I'm going to select using my magic wand. So I'm just going to select white, and then I'm going to cut it out. Good. I'm going to convert it also to smart object. Now once I've converted it to smart object, I'm just going to come to my select tool here, and then I'm going to increase this. Good. So after increasing this, I'm just going to duplicate it. Let me just press Alt and duplicate it. This first one here, I'm going to rotate it to the side. I'm going to increase it a bit. Let me move it behind all of this, just right on top the background here. And I'm going to come to my blend here, and I'm going to go to my blend. I'm just going to go to soft light. Good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this up here. All right. So after that, I'm going to import the next resource I'll be using. I'm just going to import this into my Photoshop and then place this here. Now if you look at this, the color does not quite blend with this here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my hue. So I'm going to come here, click on hue and saturation. I'm going to come here, click on hue and saturation. So I'm just going to clip this to the leaf alone because I want just only the leaves to be affected. Okay, so I'm going to create a clipping mask, and then I'm going to adjust this, raise it up till you see the color blend. That's good. So I'm just going to convert this to a smart object. both of them to combine together. I'm just going to create a smart object, and then once I've done that, let's go to my blur effect. So I'm just going to go to my blur filter here, go to my blur, and then add a Gaussian blur there. So I'm going to go to my filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. Good. All right. So now the next thing I want to do, I want to import the last resource I'll be using. The next resource I'll be using. I'll just import this here. Now, if you notice this also, the light, the leaf does not quite blend with the background. The color is still looking off a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the same process. I was going to come here, select hue and saturation, and then I'm going to clip it to the leaf alone. Good. Now I'm going to increase this. I'm going to increase this until it blends. Then I'm going to add a filter also. I'm going to add the filter of motion blur. All right. So I'm going to duplicate this here, around here again, and then I'm going to increase this a bit. Okay. Let me just duplicate this. Let me click this here. Okay, the creeping mask. Okay. So the next thing I want to do now, let me just increase this. Alright, so let me just take this out. Now the next thing I want to do is import my last resource that I'll be using on this design, that which is this here. I'll just drag this and drop shade of Photoshop. Now what I want to do with this is I'm going to increase it at both end. Okay, now after increasing it, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my blend here, and then I'm going to pick the linear dodge here. On my blend, I'm going to pick the linear dodge. You can just check them out. You can use linear dodge on your screen here, depending on what you want to do. But I'm going to be using the linear dodge because of the glow effect. Then after, I'm just going to increase this a bit. Let me increase this also a bit. All right, I think this is okay. This is nice. Good. So now, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate this NIVEA here at the back. Let me just lock this. Just going to click on the lock tool, click on this and lock it. Now let me click on this my NIVEA here. I'm just going to duplicate this. So to duplicate it, just click on Alt and then you drag. Okay, sorry, let me duplicate it from here. I just press Ctrl J and then let me drag it forward. Good. So now once you drag, make sure, okay, you have to Ctrl J, you have to duplicate it from this side. Please take note so that it duplicates exactly right in front of the other one. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take this one here right in front of it here, and then I'm going to create a layer mask right on top of it. I'm going to my brush tool, then I'm just going to erase the part where I have this light showing, or have the light cutting across. So I'm just going to erase those parts. Okay, so let me just select this and this, and then let me move it inside. Just select this and this, move it this. Alright, so let me just move this inside a bit. Good. Okay, so just like I said, I'm erasing, right? So I'm just going to go to my brush. So I'm erasing this side where I have the light showing. Good. So yeah. is good. This is good. So I'm just going to come off my still on my brush to the soft round brush. I'm just going to increase it a bit so that I can fade this side here. It's not so it doesn't it's not obvious. Good. Good. Now once I'm done with that, the next thing I want to do is let me take this here up here. I want to cover the tip here, the edge of this. I'm going to take mark this and this, and I'm going to move here, right on top. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, so for convenience, I've already added this here, so you don't have to start selecting and cutting out from the main resource itself. So you can just import this, okay? So I'm just going to increase this. I'm going to rotate this here. So I'm going to add this on this side, increase this, let me put this here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go to my color overlay. I'm going to come here, come to my color overlay and then change it to white. Good. So for this one I added here, I'm just going to remove this. Okay, now this I'm going to take it to the back. This one here, I'm going to take it to the back, just right on top of the background here, and I'm going to blend it using my sorry, let me just convert this to a small object. So I'm going to come to my blend and I'm going to blend it using my so I'm going to blend it using my soft light here, and then I'm going to blur it out a bit. So filter, camera, blur, and then I'm going to pick Gaussian blur. Okay, I'm just going to blur it out a bit, and then okay, that's good. All right, now next thing I want to do is still that same text. I'm just going to still that same. Let me just import the text again here. I'm just going to add it at the top here, NIVEA, and then I'm going to colorize this. Add a color overlay of white also again. So I'm just going to go to my I'm just going to come here, add, pick on color overlay and then white color, and then okay. So now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move it behind all this leaf. All right, I think that's good. So that's that with our design. So you can just maybe take a circle, you just add it at one corner, you just press shift to get the perfect circle, you just add at one corner here, and then you can just maybe let's change the color to green here, and then let's add a stroke. So let's change the color and then let's add a stroke, white stroke. Good. And then you can just add a text inside, let's say 50% off. So I'm going to go to my text, I'm just going to play right here 50%. Okay, sorry. So I'm just going to let me convert this to smart objects. So good. So I'm just going to write 50%. Okay, 50%. Let me bring it forward. I'm going to drag and drop right in front here. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to change the color to white, and then I'm going to reduce the size of this. I'm going to reduce the size of it so that it enters this. Okay, so I can just duplicate this to add my own. Just duplicate it and I just double click on it and write off 50% off. Good. So let me raise this up. Alright. Just reduce the size of this, and Sorry, this is not looking. It's not looking balanced at all. It's looking off somehow. So let me just change this font. Okay. Let me just change the font to maybe it's like this. So let me just reduce this a bit. Let me just adjust this here. This one doesn't go. Let me just use my terminal test font. I think that will be better. So I'm just using my terminal test font, and then I'm just going to change this here. Probably let's see. Then and then I'm just going to increase this. Okay, increase. All right. So 50% off. You can just take a screenshot of this. Shift Control E, and then I can just edit it here for my camera raw. So what I'm going to do there, once my camera raw opens, I'm just going to reduce my exposure. I think it's too bright, so I'm not going to reduce my exposure. I think this is okay, and then increase the texture a bit. So you can just increase the clarity just a bit. You don't need too much of it. This should be okay. So this make the colors pop, and then I think that's that. Then just click OK. Alright, good. So with that, we've come to the end of the design class for today. Thank you for sticking to the end. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and also click the notification bar so that you can get notified if we post a new video. Alright, thank you very much for sticking to the end. Have a nice day.